In English, of course.
In English, of course.
Good evening. So what about the vintage 2017 at Gimonnet? I think in 2017 it is a very atypical year. It's not easy. It was not easy, but I am sure that the Chardonnay was the winner of this vintage. Only to have some information about this vintage. What you must know, at the beginning it was very early, because we have a full blooming on the 5th of June for Côte des Blancs, for the Grand Cru of Côte des Blancs. So it was a very early year compared to the decade. That means we could expect at the beginning an harvest at the end of August or beginning of September. But in fact, all was not so simple, because from July and August, the weather was very sad for summer season, and it was very wet. So we had a big problem of botrytis, or it could be problematic for botrytis. It was problematic for most of variety grapes of Champagne and for most area of Champagne, but in fact we were more lucky in Côte des Blancs for two reasons. In Côte des Blancs, the Côte des Blancs was very chalky, so the soil dried more rapidly, and secondly, I think the weight of Chardonnay grapes were a little bit lower than the weight of Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier, so it was less concentrate. So you have more aeration, and so we have less botrytis. What I can say about the harvest date? In fact, we could begin on the beginning of September, on the 1st of September, because on our maturity test, the increase of level of alcohol potential was very rapid, and at the end of August we obtained very rapidly 10.5 of natural alcoholic potential. But we thought that we need a long cycle to have the complexity of wine. That means we think we need to have more than 90 days between blooming and harvest. And because of the high acidity of Chardonnay of Côte des Blancs, we decided to wait a little bit longer to increase the level of sugar, and also to reach the phenolic maturity. Because more and more we are really thinking that to obtain the flavors of maturity for Chardonnay, we need to have more than 10.5. During our test, when we have less than 10.5, we are thinking that the flavors are more vegetables or green. So we really would like to have more alcoholic potential. So we decide to start on the 4th of September. Probably it was a little bit too late, because when we harvest the Grand Cru villages, we have harvested all the Grand Cru villages with an average of 11.5 of alcohol, and last year we didn't chaptalize. It was, in fact, it is not bad, and I appreciate when we are not chaptalizing our wines, but I think it was a little bit late, because we have a hard pressure of botrytis, and in fact we have done the most rapid harvest of the domain since I was here. That means we have harvested 30 hectares in 7 days. So it was very, very rapid. But in fact, we are very happy about the quality, because we have very rich wines with good acidity. And in fact, it is what I explained at the beginning. We think we are the Chardonnay is the winner of Champagne for this vintage. So we have elaborated all our cuvées with the vintage 2017. That means we have elaborated quite a lot of vintages cuvées. We have elaborated our single Cremant, our single Chouilly, our single Auger. We have elaborated the Special Club cuvée, so that means the premium cuvée where we try to have the most elegance as possible. And the volume of this cuvée was not so bad because it was more than 25,000 bottles. And of course, we have elaborated also our traditional vintage Fleuron and Gastronome. And of course, for the non-vintage, it was very easy because the base was very good. And with the add of reserve wines, as I consider always as medicine wines to educate the young wine, it was a very easy year for us. Thank you.